Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of The Silly Rabbit. I am your host, Stefan. Today, I want to talk about the difference between the magic mushroom and the ayahuasca. Now, before we start, I do need to say I don't have a lot of experience with ayahuasca. I do have a lot of experience with the mushroom, but I have tried the ayahuasca. A couple years ago, I went to Costa Rica, and I was there for a week. And during that week, we did four ceremonies. So that's the extent of my ayahuasca experience. So that it barely even counts. But I did get to experience it enough to know or to notice some differences. So the ayahuasca is a two-part thing, which probably most of you, if not all of you, know already. It's dimethyltryptamine and an MAOI. The dimethyltryptamine, your body breaks it down so fast that if you were to take it orally, it wouldn't really do anything to you probably, unless you have that MAOI with it, which slows things down enough so that your body, it actually gets into your blood, and you get to have those visions or whatever that experience is. The mushroom, it's just one and done. It's all in there. And personally, I think the mushroom is a little bit easier on everything. And if you do it right, so the way I've been doing it the last 6 or 8 months, I make a tea, a cold extraction tea, and that seems to be very effective. So I will crush up the mushrooms, add some lemon, not too much, but enough to moisten all the mushrooms. I'll let that sit for maybe 5 minutes, and then I'll add the cold water I do room temperature, but yeah. And I'll let that sit for a few hours. I like to see my water turn blue. So, and then I strain it through a cheesecloth and drink it, and then you just wait for the effects to come on. With the ayahuasca, it's quite challenging on your body. You also have to be very careful not to mix it with other drugs, and I think even there's foods you're supposed to be careful with. So I think ayahuasca is more dangerous. So when they tell you, you should go on this diet, or be honest with them about what medications you take that stuff seriously. You don't want to be hide the fact that you're taking some medications, because it could really go south for you. The mushrooms, there's still dangers about the mushrooms too. You don't want I forget exactly, but you don't want to mix the mushrooms with MAOIs either. I think people do, but I think you got to be really careful. But I don't know. I'm not venturing into that territory. I want to more speak about just things that I've noticed from experience. But yeah, to me, the mushroom seems to be the way to go. The effects, or the trip has a lot of similarities. When you take enough mushrooms, it actually feels to me like a DMT trip, except it's drawn out more, and it's a lot easier to process. With straight DMT, it's like you're there and back in such a short time. While it does, create some profound thoughts and stuff. I'm talking about just straight dimethyltryptamine. It's not. It's too fast. Let's just say it's too fast. You won't remember. You'll remember very little. I know when I smoke the DMT, I remember very, very little. And a lot of the profound thoughts that I'll have, it'll be once I'm, coming back down and I'm back in my body and I'm, just laying there, very comfortable. And then I'll have some profound thoughts. With a mushroom, it seems to be like, depending on how much you do. If you take too much and you're, fighting demons and stuff like that, that might keep you busy for a while. But once you're done fighting the demons and things level off a little bit, that's when, for me anyways, all the super profound things begin to happen. And I, get to see different things, like different things about myself. It seems to be like a tuning fork, and it just, whether it's real or not, I'm not even going to say, but it feels very real. I think the mushroom is a little bit more playful too. The ayahuasca is, it's a bit heavier. With ayahuasca too, there's a lot of throwing up or pooping. You gotta keep that toilet handy and have a bucket. With the mushrooms, not so much. Maybe if you have a sensitive stomach, there's still a bit of a risk of throwing up on mushrooms. I know sometimes I throw up, but it's usually because I take so much, or if I fast all day, I tend to throw up easier when I take the mushrooms in the evening. But personally, I think the best way to enjoy a mushroom trip is to make a tea. Then your body doesn't have to digest the dried mushrooms, which can feel like you're pulling a rope through your intestines. So turning it into a tea is, for me anyways, ideal. It comes on faster too, and the trip is over a little bit faster. And it's just smoother. It's just easier on the body. So that's that's basically it. With the ayahuasca, you got to prep a lot more. You got to prepare your body. You have to pretty much begin healing yourself before you take the medicine, even, which is what we should be doing anyways. We should always look to keep ourselves in a state of mind where we're always keeping our thoughts healthy, our body healthy, and all that. But as far as ayahuasca goes, you definitely don't want to just go into it willy-nilly, because that could that can go south real fast. So, and as always, if there's something you're interested in doing, do your research on it first. Really make an informed decision on whether this is something that's for you. Especially with drugs, you really want to go into these things with as much information as possible. And there are people that can actually, give you way better information about these things than I can. I'm very experienced in the use of drugs, but I might not know all the science behind it. There's that. But anyways, if any of you have any questions about anything, feel free to write them in the comments. I would love to respond to different things, and if you have questions about just different things, let me know. I can make a video about it. Yeah, it's a new channel, so I'll as the more practice I have, the more entertaining I'll be, and you know, I promise I'm a funny person sometimes, but right now it's just I'm practicing, right? So bear with me. But yeah, if you're interested in hearing more of my stories, let me know, and yeah, we'll make a video about something. Like and subscribe. Yeah, that would I would appreciate that. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you all have a great day. Remember to love yourself. Remember to love others. Remember that whatever you're seeing, you're just looking into a mirror. So yeah, love yourself, and then when the reflection you'll see is more love. So yeah, do that. Makes life easier. Okay, then bye.